Back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program. And nobody but nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information for me is below. I coach people in Zoom sessions and phone sessions, and you have the choice between two packages. The standard one is 2 to 3 times per week. And we go through my program. I recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me. That's on average what it takes. It could take longer in your case, depending on what I have to work through. And the deluxe one, in which case 3 sessions per week are mandatory. And in between, you have access to me via email, text messages, and audios if need be. This is the most hand-holding that I can possibly offer and that I've seen out there. I created this from scratch. 9 years ago when I became a coach, 7 years of YouTube off of YouTube and 2 years now on YouTube will be in October. And I really wanted to create something that has never been designed before. And this coaching program works every single time. If you take my guidance, if you let me do my job, if you don't rebuttal me and just trust my methods, trust me that I've done this like thousands of times, you will achieve your results. Okay, and if you stick with me, like I said, 2 to 3 months, continuously. Okay, if you go on vacation, this and that, we can work around it, but I prefer you stay with me. Okay, if you heard anything what I just said anywhere else, somebody is copying me. So if you're new to the channel and you hear these words anywhere else, somebody is copying me right now out there. Her name is your muse Tracy. Okay, so again, I keep getting these emails, etc., etc. You can go on my channel and realize for yourself that I've been on YouTube for 2 years, like I said, and you can see my work for yourself. Okay, and that's just all that I have to say. I don't copy anybody. I've never had the desire to, quite frankly, I channel my material. And essentially everything that I've created is authentic to me. Do I copy, excuse me, do I quote people from time to time, whether that's, Einstein, Bentinho Massaro, this one, the other one? Sure. But my material is mine. It's channeled. I've worked on it really, really hard. And I've been at this metaphysical situation, if you want to call it journey, self-discovery, for 15 years. Okay, so just to make things clear. Now, additionally, I wanted to remind everybody on my channel, I no longer, as of almost 2 months now, wow, going on 2 months now, I no longer create deeply educational content, okay, from my channel. I decided to crank it up a notch and really take it to the next level. Okay, so what I created is monthly audios, okay, for the subscription. Right now it's at 450. It's ridiculously low. I will definitely increase it in the next month or so. And what those are audios of about 30 minutes or more, discussing all sorts of topics that I originally was going to put in my book. I will eventually when I'll get around to it, but it's an in-depth conversation on topics like specific person, specific people, manipulating energy, magic, spells, energy work, energy world, holographic world, you name it, dreams, anything and everything that I really wanted to put in my book. And I never recorded anything like it for my channel and never will, because quite frankly, there's a lot of information there that I only share with my clients one-on-one. Okay, and I apologize to everybody that I'm late, but I was on the phone with a client. So my clients come first, and I usually go over an hour, so this is why I'm so late. Actually, it's not really late. Well, it is kind of late, 29 minutes late, but I pushed the live from 4 to 5 for that reason, because unexpectedly sometimes it happens that somebody needs me, and my clients are my priority. I want to be there for them. And so whenever I'm late for my lives, that's where you'll find me, on the phone or on Zoom sessions, giving my clients what they need. So those audios, I would just go ahead and book no matter what, okay? No matter what, no matter what. And what you have basically when you lock in that price for 450, let's just say right now, you will have it for a year. Like I will honor that price for a year. So even if I'll increase it on my website, I will send you a link separately. You can pay it separately, all right? So this is how much I love you guys and I want you to be educated. But, you know, even if you're coming into coaching with me, like I would get that chat anyway. Because really, honestly, I'm not even trying to brag, not even trying to sell you. This is the best shit I've ever recorded. Okay, it's just on another level. I gave myself permission to go there. And like I said, this is like my book stuff. Okay, so in addition, if you cannot, for whatever reason, come into my coaching, you have got the other package of video school. Okay, these are like 12 videos. It's a one-off situation, unlike the audios that you can renew month after month. And these are 12 audios essentially instructing you all how to do all the exercises yourself. Now, again, I'm not there. The best thing is coaching, obviously. I mean, the amount of work that I get to do in coaching one-on-one is ridiculous, all right? But you know, it's better to do what you can rather than nothing, right? So if you're not working on yourself, I don't know what you're doing with your life, quite frankly. Listening to my channel, which I'm, thank you so much being on my channel, everybody. There's 17,000 of you listening to me now. Why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button, all right? Click the subscribe button. You will never, ever, ever, and I mean ever find material like you will find here. I'm not bragging on me, I'm bragging on my material that I channel, that I'm inspired to share, and that quite frankly, I don't see anywhere else out there. Okay, and like I said, whoever talks like me is a copycat, and we all know who that is. So in addition, of course, you can, you know, first book the 1 hour session. Please do check out my channel. Please do check out my personality and what I'm all about. I want you to resonate with me in order to come into my coaching. I work best with people who understand my personality, understand that it's work. This is not a fucking, you know, Disneyland. This is a boot camp. You're coming into work to change things. You need to really create this space in your life of 2 to 3 months where you're going to shift timelines, as it were. You're going to, you know, create yourself to be a different person. Okay, so in that hour, and this is why I want to really kind of like re-emphasize everything, because again, a lot of questions, a lot of emails, a lot of things I hear in my own coaching from my own clients. In 1 hour, whether or not you know, want to continue coaching with me within an hour, which 99% of people do, in that 1 hour alone, I achieve more than any other coach will ever in 1 hour. And here's why. I will hear you out. You will tell me about this, what I do in 1 hour. I will hear you out, what you've got going on right now, the problems, the situations, the SP, this and any other, drama, trauma, panorama. I ask you about your upbringing. In short, of course, I mean, there's only so much that I can cover in 1 hour. However, after hearing you out, the first 30 minutes, I ask you, you know, what about this? What about that? And then I give you guidance. So within even 1 hour, you get the guidance of like, this is what I would do. This is what I think you should do. This is how to achieve this and that. Now, in coaching, okay, what we do is we unpack a lot of things, and that's the work, right? So I guide you through my coaching, which I think is extremely helpful and necessary. No fucking audio under the sun will give you this, okay? Even though my audios I find are on another level, but again, it's a different ball game to be in coaching with me. We unpack your childhood, we unpack your adolescence, this, that, and the other. It's a lot of information that you're walking around with, and someone has to talk you through it to understand like where your psyche is positioned right now and what needs to change. It's a very, very delicate work. And so again, 2 to 3 times per week, this is what I do. All right. Normally, okay, I do recommend that you just like, how can I say this? Really take this seriously, obviously, and stick to the program. Just stick to the program. Take my guidance. Why did I say normally? I always say that. I don't know what I was thinking about just then. But anyway, stick to the program, complete the coaching. That's what I was going to say. 2 to 3 months is not a lot to ask out of the entirety of your life. And if it takes you like 6 months, who gives a shit? If it takes you 7 months, okay? I mean, how many years have you done this for? How many years have you struggled through this? How many, situations have you been wanting to manifest? Okay, you're here because you want to learn, you want to work on audit, edit, and like I said in my one of my audios recently, there's no such thing as creating a change through just studying audios and reading books. It's about ultimately doing the one-on-one. Okay, it's about discovering yourself through somebody's help. And I'm a very good mirror, very good detective of a human psyche. I've done this so many different ways. And that's the best thing that you can do for yourself in life. Okay, now, so I said what I do in 1 hour. You will receive guidance. That 1 hour alone will set you up with something to work on. Okay, you will have answers, direct answers, and you will have something to work on. Okay, so the topic of today is watch how magic gets delivered. So we're going to talk about confidence. Hi, Ketvi. My favorite. Thank you for being here. Hi, Laura. Oh, Laura P is way busy, way too busy. She says, hi, Anna, dropping in to say a quick hello. We'll listen to the replay. Yes. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for stopping by. So this is what I find a lot with my clients, like over and over and over, time and time and time again. You're downplaying yourself the entirety of time. Like all of you guys, like everybody, like a lot of clients are on my channel, this and that. But all of you essentially have one problem and one problem only. You're downplaying yourself. You're pretending like you're not God. Okay, you're pretending like you're not powerful. If you're seeing like smoke, it's my incense that's burning right now. So please don't be alarmed. I love this fucking incense, frankincense. Oh my fucking God. The best, but it's really like oof, transforms you. Anyway, you're downplaying yourself. You're playing small. You don't have the faith in yourself because of your programming. So from somebody's point of view, like myself, it's plain to see that you are capable and worthy of a lot more than you kind of like say, mentally to the universe that you are. But you can do it in so many different big ways for yourself. Okay, you have no idea when somebody, I can't even explain it how I do it. Like when I see somebody in my coaching, I look at them like just overall aura, right, and just kind of like assessing them. And every single person, I have yet to meet a person in my coaching who, how can I say this? Like who I don't see more things for. Okay, they radiating this energy, this like divine energy, one can say, right? Because I'm blessed with 99.999% of my clients are fucking amazing people, like really, 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 like, like once or twice there've been challenges, especially in the copycats case, obviously, but she's, she's won the award of all weirdos of all time. But anyway, but 99.99% of the time, the clients that I get do not know who they really are. And to me, I'm like, wow, I know exactly what to do here. And it's not just like, oh, I'm so, but at the same time, yeah, it's a gift to see what's beyond that. But if you only knew how much potential you have, how powerful you are, how many things that you can start doing right now, right here, and how differently you can think based on already what you have going on right now, okay? Yes, you need to tweak your beliefs, of course. That's the whole premise of what I'm talking about right now. But your potential is there. It's all, you come with it, okay? You're born with it, okay? Ketvi goes, guilty, you're calling me out. Yeah, I have a tendency, like, I don't know, people just, yeah, always feel like I'm calling them out. But I'm just noticing this like over and over and over again. And it's the only person who doesn't see your potential. Can I tell you right now? It's you. Okay? Because from the outside to everybody, I'm sure I'm not the only like person who would detect that. Everybody is aware of your potential, and it's obvious to everybody around you. Okay? And so the only situation is changing the mental situation inside your mind based on what you bought into, based on, yes, mama drama panorama, based on the things that you've accepted, okay, and never revisited, just accepted and never revisited, okay. And if you like were to overnight, let's just say, okay, magically shed all of this bullshit that doesn't even belong to you and started being a confident asshole. And this is what I came up with in meditation. And that's the word that came up for me in quotations for those who are listening just to the audio part of it. It's not about being nasty. It's about allowing yourself to go where you've never been before. So if you have never allowed yourself to believe in yourself, you go, I want to be a confident asshole. I'm not going to mistreat anybody, but I'm going to be a motherfucker. Okay, is that a better word? I don't know. The confidence that gives you the permission to go crank it up a notch, okay, in your psyche and say, I deserve my SP. I deserve for them to choose me. I deserve that sum of money. Yes, I'm that fucking audacious as to declare that I deserve this fucking money. Meanwhile, nobody's fighting you, right? So this is the funniest situation, right? Day in and day out, you think that somebody's fighting you. You think that somebody doesn't want you to get this shit. Meanwhile, it's yours. Like, honey, it's yours. Okay, the only one who needs to overcome these situations, and I'm essentially giving you one of the ways to start thinking differently. If you want to overstep this kind of like block, people like to use this, like, I have a block. Don't use this in your vocabulary, by the way. It's like it gives it even more power, right? There's no block. It's just how you think of things. Just like you think, let's just say, it's very hard to attract money without working, you can start thinking the opposite, okay? But getting used to this new energy and getting used to the idea of you deserving it, right? Yeah, there's a transition. And like a lot of people experience this in my coaching. And I push them. Listen, I'm not like, I'm not nasty in my coaching, by the way, okay? I don't want anybody to get the wrong impression. Do I curse in my coaching? Fuck yes. For emphasis only. But I push you in a direction where I see you do great fucking shit. Because I see it. It's painfully obvious to me. And so the only one who needs to somehow start overstepping these situations is you, of course. And so in your mind, you can say, I'm going to be confident about my choices. I'm going to dare, okay, to declare that I deserve that SP. Even though this whole time, you're used to things being otherwise. You used to being stepped over. You used to being not chosen, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all this drama, trauma, panorama. Well, today is the day of your salvation. Okay, I love this quote from the Bible. And you can literally start changing things today by making a different choice. Okay, and by creating this choice and choosing something different, you can end up in a different timeline, like literally speaking, where for the moment you're shoehorning yourself and thinking, I'm going to just put on this costume of a confident asshole, okay, this asshole, okay, that gets their way every time. But meanwhile, I'm like, it's tongue in cheek. It's kind of like sarcasm, because why do we have this association, by the way, parenthesis here, with people who get their way being an asshole? I'm in fact, making fun of this idea of like, why does it take to be an asshole? Why do I have to be necessarily an asshole to get my way and to get my wishes and manifestations? Hold on, let me read this. Latoya Little. So grateful I was guided to your life. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Truly confirming the whispers of my higher self source. That's so cute. I like that. The whispers of my higher self. I love that. Yes. Higher self whispers, doesn't scream. It's the fears that scream unnecessarily because they're bullies. Anyway, so why do you need to to think that you need to be an asshole. And listen, really quick, big parenthesis here. A lot of people, all right, in my coaching, because they've been brainwashed by their mom, dad, this and that, society at large, when they start getting their way, they get a little bit concerned. And not for nothing, again, not bragging on me, bragging on my coaching program and on my own experiences, okay? And for those of you who are new, again, subscribe. You're going to learn so much on this channel, because I do speak from experience of, like, you know, many, many years. I've been a manifester, I would say, since, like, when people say, when did you find out about manifestation? Probably like 6, you know? Because I had like weird experience that nothing else could explain, other than manifestation. That I began like being really familiar with my power, okay? And so through my experiences, I learned that, you know, basically you can move worlds, okay, if you really wanted to. And so when people start moving worlds in my coaching, they get a little bit concerned. And the question sometimes is being asked, wow, is this really sustainable? That's one of the questions. Is this really, is this a good idea? Is this permitted? Okay. Is this benevolent? Okay. Okay. So let's walk through this logic for a second. So getting your way is not benevolent. What is benevolent then? Suffering, not getting what you want, that's benevolent. That's such a load of crap and so fucking backwards. I cannot even begin to, you know, like express it. Okay. Benevolence lies into, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just getting my way. I'm just creating happiness in my life. I'm not stealing. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not, you know, doing things that are obviously, okay, hurting somebody, stealing from somebody, taking money from somebody, or lying or cheating and this, that, and the other. Okay. Everything else, if you did absolutely nothing and you got your way, meaning energetically you did something, you didn't do nothing. Energetically you did something, which I teach in my coaching, energy work, which is the most powerful shit on this planet. And I literally taught it to myself, okay, reinforced by my maternal grandmother's knowledge of, you know, spells and this and that. But it's basically energy work. It's the most potent shit on earth. No fucking affirmation will do the same thing, and no you know, visualization, nothing. Okay, energy is everything around you. You are made of energy. You might as well get with the program, like I always say. So you need to study this shit and realize that you literally could sit, like I say in some videos or audio/videos, you can literally not get out of bed, not brush your teeth, not go to work, not wash your hair. You would stink a little bit, but sorry. But you could literally not do anything in the 3D and accomplish more than the person that's going to work and doing this, that, and the other. You can attract your money that you want, the $1 million, the DSP, by not doing anything in 3D, by doing everything up here with your energy, if that makes any sense. Okay. And I go into detail with it, and with different people it's different things, and I just custom make it, you know, as I go. And so the thing then becomes that your confidence is the way to manifest anything. Okay. Why the fuck would you play yourself all your life and continue to do that with these bogus ideas that this is not benevolent, it's not supposed to be? No, this is exactly what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be easy. So when people get results in my coaching, like really amazing results, and there's no fucking question that they achieved it on, like, with their own mind, with their own energy work, with their own like intention, like overnight. I'm not exaggerating. Okay, if they listen to what I have to say, if they have their resentment processed, this is a big one for a lot of people. But you need to have a clean palette, like you just have got to, all right? So this is what I work on in the beginning of my coaching. If you've got that situated, listen, the sky is not the limit. And so they get kind of like taken aback. Wow, is this really permissible. This was too fast. Sometimes I get that. Okay, so do you want to go back to your like little story of being this little person with no kind of like interests in something really remarkable to do in life? I find that extremely boring and not who you really are. Okay, you're pretending to be somebody you're really not, which is why the fucking suffering. Just please understand it. I really want to drive this message home today, tonight, whatever it is for you. Well, it's 5:50 already in New York. So, Latoya, yes, I'm a life coach. If you want to stick this label on me, manifestational coach, life coach, yes, spiritual coach, clairvoyant coach. I don't know. I'm just teasing you. Yes, empath, all of these things. Um, So drop the fucking act, will ya? All right, drop the act of playing small. It's boring. You're not fooling anybody. Every single person that comes into my coaching, they have enormous capabilities. And the funny shit is that they have already proven it to themselves. Like in their childhood or sometime in adolescence or whatever, whenever it was, okay? They already manifested something or had an experience that literally cannot be explained away by some coincidence or chance and like they already know that they can do it, right? They have a glimpse of the situation. So my question to you is like, why not have that on a daily basis? Too good? No, this is how it's supposed to happen. I'm telling you this right now. Now, are you a human being? Are you going to encounter shitty people? Is shit some kind of shit might happen to you once in a while? Obviously, like we're here to experience things that sometimes are not so pleasant. It's how you deal with these things. I'm not for these people, like the reason I don't like Neville Goddard anymore so much, okay, is because not because of Neville Goddard himself. I think it's because what people did to his teachings is monstrous. They took his teachings and morphed it into some kind of like really rigid, robotic teaching. Most of these people who teach Neville Goddard have no business teaching what he taught. Like, don't even begin to understand. He was a little bit convoluted. Like, granted, if you listen to his fucking lectures, it's like, Neville, what the fuck are you saying right now? I do not understand anything. Other than, his imaginations and how he was imagining first and, basically it would happen. Other than that, it's very convoluted how he would explain it. And I, had to do a lot of research to even like understand what he meant, okay? Because he doesn't explain it. I think he just expected people to know the Bible so well, and there are many references to the Bible. And I mean, he speaks about like the parallel universes, but it's not said like, verbatim parallel universes. Like he really says it in a really weird way. And so what people did with that is just they like totally destroyed it, in my opinion, and started like being like affirm, 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 persist, persist, persist. Like, who are you, the fucking robot or something? No, have the human experience, be part of this human experience. That's the whole fucking point, dude. Like, you're supposed to learn from your experiences and not just to affirm, affirm through it, okay? You're supposed to learn how you feel about it. Things come up for a reason, okay? Maybe for you to learn something, maybe for you to react differently, maybe for you to get a different outcome this time around. Okay, I've had these situations where, like, many, many years ago, I haven't spoken about this actually. Many, many years ago, I'm trying to count how many, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I was in my early 20s. I was part of a lawsuit that I did not win. My lawyer told me everything is in your favor, tapatupatu, everything is going to be great, you're going to get a huge sum of money, all this kind of stuff. And because I wasn't focused, and because there's certain things that could have, whatever, should have been really like being overseen, like kind of like supervised by me, but I didn't know any better. The other side won because I literally lacked this one little piece of fucking paper, right? So I could say, oh my God, I manifested failure, do. But you know what? That stuck in my mind that whole time. And I learned a lot about the situation. It wasn't with real estate, it had to do with real estate. And you know what? Like years and years later, the very exact situation happened to me and I fucking won because I made sure this time that I had all my ducks in a row. And that piece of paper, I made fucking thousands of copies of it and laminated it and this, that, and the other. And I made sure that I followed all the steps and I got the best lawyer. I did like my homework and this, that, and the other. So there's certain things that just happen for you to learn shit so that you know what to do in the future. Narcissists will come your way, this, that, and the other. It's all how you handle it. It's not supposed to be that, ooh, if you manifested a shitty person, now this looks bad on you. Not necessarily. If you get bent out of shape, after like encountering a narcissist and essentially don't do anything about it, don't learn from it, don't educate yourself, like what happened, why did I manifest it, but also, okay, if you can manifest certain things, but then how to deal with it more appropriately. That is a very human way to deal with manifestations. But to blame yourself, right? Now listen, if you keep manifesting narcissists every single day, that's another conversation that I want to have with you. And that's another story. Like if you're manifesting narcissists in your personal life, right? For example, like continue, like every guy you meet or every girl you meet is a narcissist. That is definitely a problem. Okay, like just went into my Russian accent there. That's definitely a problem because obviously there's forgiveness that needs to take place. But if you're encountering narcissists who are just like at work or something like that, and this and that and the other, it's an opportunity to learn something. It's an opportunity to overcome something or handle situations in different way, okay? And I gotta tell you something. You learn a lot more spiritually, vibrationally, mentally, obviously, but spiritually, of course. I already said that. In situations like these, because as I said many times before, it teaches you how to handle things. You grow from that. Okay, Cat V says Neville and Hicks both kind of had me going in circles. Yeah, I wouldn't put Neville in the same category as Abraham Hicks. I think she's a total fraud. I can go into the backstory of her, but I'm not gonna waste the time. I just think she saw what Jane Roberts was doing, for those of you who know who she is, and she wanted to help her husband. Okay, there. That's the backstory. In a nutshell, I don't think she's channeling. I think if the message is confusing, it's like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about right now, okay, anymore. Like 10 minutes ago, I zoned out. Cat V says, life is a lesson. Yes, it's a lesson. It's a journey, okay? So being robotic, unforgiving towards yourself is not the premise here. It really, really is not. Whoa. It went into my nose. Very excited today. Cat V says, oh, of course, they don't compare, but on both spectrums, I was going round and round. Yeah. Yeah. So why I'm mentioning this is actually because this situation that's going on, this pollution and really bad interpretation of Neville's teachings and people who pretend to be channeling, they're really not. Yes, even on that level, okay? The reason I, started coaching, part of the reason why I started coaching was because when I was looking for a coach, okay, like 15 years ago, I ended up meeting with a really expensive coach, like mind you, like $2,000 an hour, okay? Like celebrity coach, you might say. He was. And it was so disappointing to me, so disheartening, the way that he handled things. And I don't want to go into detail. That I was like, wow, I better do this on my own. And what I did was I just learned everything there was to learn, read all the books, like a lot of people. But having done all that, I found that I have a perspective here. I have a voice to share. And I, not to brag, I feel like my way is a lot easier. Okay, it's a lot easier. And again, I made sure to not copy anybody, definitely. Do I like certain teachers like Bentinho Massaro? I think is phenomenal. But, you know, he's very, he's on another level. I don't even know how to explain it. He's very too smart, I would say. Like, I like really precise directions, really practical directions. That's what I thrive on. And I think people need that, like what to do, you know, and not feel shitty, okay? But I find like most of the people out there literally, again, why I started coaching in the first place, but why I started coaching on YouTube specifically was because I really saw around COVID, you know, is when I got inspired, like having these ideas of starting a channel. Like most of the people like really shame people out there, and really it's very disheartening how the undertone is that you didn't do something. Okay, my situation is always work on yourself and give people back their bullshit, because there's a lot of bullshit that you've picked up on. Okay, now I would never say like, oh, you are not doing a great job because like you don't have your $1 million already. It just means that you still have got some work to do. And that's fucking okay. That's a human approach. And I hope to God that people understand that, even though I'm very kind of like, I do demand that you show up to work, but do yourself a favor and understand that the shame and the blame and the this and the that, it serves no purpose. So whenever you encounter something, or someone rather, who is promoting this kind of teaching of like affirm, 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 and be like a robot and have no feelings and blue, blah, blue, blah, blue, this is unrealistic at best and very cruel, okay? Why affirm through something when you can actually start asking questions? Why do I feel this way? Why does this negative thought come up from me? There's information in all of that shit that's really, really valuable. Like, rather than being intimidated by your demons and by your fears, ask them questions, okay? Disempower them entirely. Ask them questions, get information. And believe me, like having done my work, they're not as scary as they sound to be. They're just little fucking bullies, okay? That's what it really comes down to. Latoya's asking, Latoya Little, sorry, goes, what do you think of Dolores Cannon's teaching? Actually, I love her. She's endlessly fascinating. Well, she was. She's no longer with us, but yeah, she's, but she's on another fucking level. She's on another level. She wasn't a coach though, so it's a little bit different. She was a hypnotherapist. But yeah, she's brilliant. What else can I say? Yeah, love her. Ketvi says beliefs equals bullies. Yeah, that's so cute. Yeah. Well, the negative ones, right? So here's what I would say. Get the information from the fucking bullies and turn it upside down, turn it against them, and be like, oh yeah, this is how you think that you can scare me? No, I can scare you with my confidence by stepping into my new future that I will choose on purpose, so deliberately, so feverishly, like a confident asshole that I am, okay? And parenthesis, usually the voice of doom and the bullies in your head is either a parent, an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, or some fucking person that pissed you off or negatively affected my coaching. That's most of the time that's the case. It's literally a person who's talking to you in your mind, that you cared for and this and that, and literally bought into their bullshit as being truth without questioning it. It's always good questioning, to question things, okay? Ketvi goes, yeah, negative beliefs are bullies, positive beliefs are our besties. And it's right. But so notice how the bullies have to fight for their existence, right? They're always loud, they're always obnoxious, they're always like putting you down, right? Like narcissists, for example, right? But the good ones, it's like everything is okay. It's like Latoya just said, like the whispers, the gentle whispers of the higher self. It's never invasive. It's like if you get guidance, you have to ask you for guidance first of all, and the guidance comes very softly. How about this? What about that? Tupatu. Oh, it's like this. It's very gentle voice. It doesn't like, tank into your mind. Like, that's the difference, because the negative beliefs, they have to fight to survive because they know they have nothing to back them up. It's like a bully, a real life bully acts out the way that they act out because they have no fucking confidence. They have nothing. They're insecure. Underneath it all, they're insecure as shit. They're scared to fucking death for you to realize that they have absolutely nothing on you. Okay, like 0 would be the number. And so, scare the fears with your confidence and step boldly into the future of your dreams. Just one day say, you know what? Again, today is the day of my salvation. I am going to revolutionize my life starting today. And that is a scary proposition towards your negative beliefs, may I tell you. But that is exactly what needs to happen, and day in and day out. And at some point, can I tell you something? If you do the forgiveness work and you do what I'm suggesting you do, boldly declare your commitment to the new version of reality, whatever that might be, believing that your SP is coming back, believing that everything runs according to your plan, believing whatever the fuck serves you, okay? Your beliefs will leave you the fuck be eventually. They will still visit from time to time, but they'll be just like so, it will be so short lived. It will not be even a discussion because the evidence that you have, the proof that you have, okay, that you will receive, okay, on a daily basis, manifesting miracles in your life because you bought into something completely different, will be so overwhelming that you will be like, I have been lied to all of my life by my mother, drama, trauma, panorama, and my beliefs, and I give up on that shit. I know what the story is. Okay, I choose the fucking story, and that's how it's always been. So you fucking bullies and beliefs can go fuck yourself. Okay. Ketvi says, oh yes, bullies are attention whores. Totally. Oh my god, it's so funny. Getvi says, I actually like when in a movie the bully becomes a soft, kind ally, helping rather than harming. You know what's so funny? Today I had this thought. I'm constantly channeling, all right? Like different ideas come to mind, and whenever it's a really good one, I only choose this because there's constant ideas in my mind, all right? And I was thinking of this, like what I was going to say today in the live, and I was exactly thinking this, actually, like overpowering the bully or the negative belief completely, so that yes, it becomes your friend. Like fuck it, I can't win, I might as well join you, kind of deal. Right. So the more dominant, okay, the one who is the most dominant with the most dominant energy always wins. And what dominant doesn't mean like coercing somebody into doing something, but with the dominant idea, the persuasiveness, the confidence, again, it all goes back around to confidence. Now the confidence parenthesis here, always have to fucking mention this, has to come from the understanding that you are benevolently positioned. You cannot harm somebody and be supported by the universe long term. And so the confidence purely comes from, I respect the universal laws, I'm not harming anybody, I'm simply choosing what I want, the kind of outcome that pleases me. Okay. And in particular, when you're dealing with bullies and this, and I mean real life bullies and whatever stupid people, it's such a joy. Like in the past, again, I would get bent out of shape, dealing with people, because it would be like, this is unfair, this and any other. But now it's just a joy to watch, because it's literally like you have no idea how on your side the universe is in every situation that's seemingly whatever discombobulating. Like if you know the laws of the universe, you become way more confident and you let the bullshit play out knowing already what's going to happen. It's a lot more fun to be in that position. Okay. You know nothing. I love the screen. Well, I don't know that I love it, but it's interesting. It's funny. Um, wow, so glad I clicked on my own beliefs can go fuck themselves. So funny when you guys repeat it back to me. Oh my god, I'm sweating. Woo! Okay. Latoya says again, perception is everything. Yes, perception, and also I'm literally hot now under these lights. Also, perception, but also interpretation. Also knowledge. This is why I don't shy away from, like Jim Rohn has said it best in one of his lectures. He goes, welcome all experiences into your life. You never know what will turn it on. I love how he talks. If you know who Jim Rohn is, oh my fucking god, I love him. He, again, not with us, okay? All the greats, man. Not with us anymore. Yeah, welcome all experiences. You never know what will turn it on. I got it. Okay, here's the story how I became a coach, for example. In 2015, I had this massive situation where somebody stole my collection, right? So I'm a fashion designer in addition to this. And I have my business still. But at that moment, after that situation happened, I had no proof. I had no nothing, no contract because it was my friend. Yeah. And basically, like, I got fucked out of, I mean, maybe like $500,000 or something, you know, basically speaking, maybe more, right? So it was a really difficult time for me. I was really tempted to go into depression, okay, because that sounds fun. But there was a moment of like, okay, what am I going to do now? Like literally, what am I going to do now? And I was just like, you know what? Maybe that's exactly what was supposed to happen. And maybe something is going to come out of this, all right? And so like a few months, I just sat and kind of like meditated on things, listened to music. I started doing stand-up around that time, this, that, and the other. Just wrote music also. I really started like writing a lot of music, just kind of like feeling my vibe out and this, that, and the other. And like, you know, invested in like healthy eating. I became vegan around that time also. And essentially, I went and did stand up, and you know, I live in New York, so I mean, all the greats, okay, all the motherfucking greats do stand up here. And the best part is that you can meet these comedians here, no problem. Like, you literally just can go bump into them, like, just like a regular person. Okay, like I'm talking Chris Rock, you know, Dave Chappelle, you name it, okay, everybody. And so I would meet these people essentially, like a list of people, and a lot of them became my clients because I couldn't shut the fuck up about metaphysics and this, that, and the other. I kept in touch with them, and I got inspired because somebody essentially, eventually told me like, look, you should really coach, like you know a lot about this stuff. Because at that point, like I already, I don't know how long it has been, maybe like 5, 7, 6 years that I was like researching and doing all of this. And I got hired from like going and doing stand up just because I didn't want to be like home and dwelling on the situation, and I wanted to kind of like also improve my acting skills and this and that. And that's how my coaching business began. All right, because somebody fucked me out of $500,000. okay, 6 months earlier. And let me tell you something, I made way more money from like doing this and everything else that followed, by the way. And I knew how to protect my shit and many other, oh my God, inventions. I got into inventions around that time, and all this other creativity, like, just like descended on me because I chose not to dwell, okay, in that bullshit. But like, okay, so this bullshit happened, but all right, so how can I like turn it into gold anyway? This is why I'm a firm believer of like, just take everything and make it work in your favor anyway. Just anyway. Even though like I said, I was really fucking tempted to just like sit in bed, do nothing, cry, and eat whatever, pizza or something like that. But I didn't do that. I'm not that kind of person anyway. I'm not built like that. I love working. But that is why, okay? Whatever your situation right now, whether that's with money, SP, blue, blah, blue, blah, blue, blah, blue, you can literally use the very shitty shit right now that's going on into your advantage. So much so that you will be grateful that this happened. They dumped you for the third party? Fantastic. Okay, you don't have any money right now? Fantastic. Like, I'm literally speaking like I mean it right now, right? Because these situations like literally push you into the right direction to start to re-examine yourself, work on yourself. Welcome to my channel, okay? If you're new and this is a new idea to you, like, maybe this is what will click in with you right now, etc., etc. Ketvi says transmutation. Exactly. Like literally using what you have, what you're going through, and making like gold out of it. Okay, being the alchemist, like the ultimate alchemist. All right. Right. As I'm saying it, Ketvi just typed alchemist mode. That is so funny. I'm so scared of you. I'm only kidding. We're like literally thinking the same things, Ketvi. We're reading each other's mind. I don't know how it happens. Parenthesis here, thought transmission. But anyway, no, this happens a lot actually with me and my clients. But anyway, energy is energy. Yeah. So, like, am I going to sit here and say, I'm so sorry that, like, that person was stupid enough that, she fucked me over? Fuck no. Oh, fuck no. And can I tell you something? After I got over it, because I had to, like, cleanse my palate, do my forgiveness work and this and that around that situation, like 6 months after, I was able to go back and start creating, but on another motherfucking level. Like, I was like, ooh, baby, here I fucking come. Like, what I created for that fucking collection, it ain't shit. Okay, it ain't shit. I'm going to do like voodoo magic. Like, you don't even understand right now. And I did. And I did. And it served me greatly. Like, it served me greatly. Like, there was so much inspiration there. There was so much. It wasn't just I just want to make sure, like, you guys understand. It wasn't just about, like, oh, I'm gonna, like, prove her wrong. No, no, no. It was like, I'm going to impress myself with what I can do now. Okay. I wanted to top whatever I did in that collection. I wanted to impress myself even more. I wanted to prove to myself what I'm actually made out of. And that was, I don't even know what, I mean, it was a spiritual experience. I have to, I'm totally honest, not even bragging. Like, like when you get inspired, like, this is why I coach a lot of artists outside YouTube and, musicians and actors. Like, you get inspired and it's kind of like a natural high, like so transformative and so, I don't even know, like you're flying high, that ideas come to you that are worth literal gold and diamonds, it is on another level. So, Ketvi goes, oh, you know it. Ketvi goes, that situation was part of your path. Oh, for sure. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Would not have changed it. Even though it was painful. It was. It was. Really fucking painful on many different levels, not just because of money, but because of the betrayal. Oops. Because of the betrayal, where did the pen go? Of that person, that I considered my friend. So you couldn't shake me with no fucking copycat. I'm actually like really flattered, and that's the deal. Like with situations like these, you start proving to yourself like how much of gold you are made, and that's all of you. It's not just me. I'm sharing with you my situation that happened a while ago because I want to like relate to you the idea that whatever you're going through right now, you're gonna come out of it like a super fucking star, like literally a superstar. Okay, I see this in my coaching day in and day out. People come in with all sorts of problems, and because I've been through shit like that, like I can speak from experience and be like, don't worry about anything that you've done thus far. You're gonna do mega shit that you've never even imagined that you could do. All right, so whatever you're dealing with right now, whatever SP is not here, money is not here, nothing is here, I'm all by myself and I don't know what to do. Perfect, this is the perfect place to start from. Okay. I so mean it. I don't even like, I'm not even joking. um Cat V says, yeah, the friend betrayal was the icing on the cake. Yeah. Ay, la la. Yeah, that was probably the toughest for me. Because, like money you can make, clothes you can make, but the friendship, it's. Um, Latoya Little says, that's exactly where I'm at right now. Tapping into and unleashing the infinite potential laying dormant within me. Yes. Yes, it's within anybody. It's within everybody, rather. It's just, it's with you. It's with you right now that you're listening to me. And the confidence that you need, like, just take my word for it. If you don't really believe it right now, just take my word for it. Okay. And start exploring things that really, like, you love to do, that really speak to your heart, to your soul, that, start taking steps, little steps every single day that bring out that version of you that it's already there. Do something today that will demonstrate your faith in that version of you, because it already exists. That parallel version already exists. This multimillionaire with your SP and whatever else you're working on, this is just an example. Okay, whatever your situation is, that version already exists with all of it. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to be this person. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so upset that you don't have these things. It's because you already have them in the parallel reality, and you're like, where the fuck is my stuff? In the parallel reality where you allow yourself to be this person. But if you happen to be temporarily in the other reality, okay, I see this like a kind of like a room next door. It's kind of like a place. Okay, just start walking over into the other room where you have everything. And what does that mean, practically speaking? You need to start taking bold actions into direction of your dreams. Okay, you want to make $1 million? Start figuring out what you're going to do with your time. Okay, what can you offer the world that, right now you're probably not doing? Okay, if you want to bring back your SP, start working on forgiveness, get coaching, this, that, and the other. Create the space, okay, for this comeback. Okay, if they're not with you right now, chances are you have emotional blockage, okay, like people say, of unforgiveness, resentment, lack of self-love. It could be different things in your case. Energetically, you're not inviting the situation in for some reason. Okay, so if you want to create the change, you have to be bold about it. You can just like sit there and do nothing about it. All right, you need to, just like I gave you my story. I started going to comedy clubs. I started like writing music, this and that, and it brought me back. It brought my vibration back to like, ooh, I know exactly who I am. This is who I am, the Golden Buddha. You know what I mean? And then, okay, because if I was like in a depressed state, in like whatever state, and I would stumble into the comedy club, I wouldn't have been able to bump into any of these people. Or if I bumped into them, they'd be like, whatever, what the fuck are you talking about? Manifestation? Shut the fuck up. Like, that kind of deal. I'm just exaggerating for example's sake. Ketvi says, like the hotel rooms that are connected with a door between. Kind of deal. Yeah, like in Paris. Our realities are like that. Totally. Yeah, 100%. Ketvi, I feel like the door is open and mentally I'm seeing inside the other room. Yeah. Oh, you get glimpses of it for sure. You get glimpses of it in your imagination, in your dream state. A whiff of inspiration, seeing somebody living already like this. Maybe you overhear somebody's conversation. Okay, that's really kind of like strikes a chord with you. Maybe you hear something on the news, blah, 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 blah. Not that I think anybody here watches the news, but and if you do, you shouldn't. Sorry, I just want to put my lipstick on. And it's just, you get a glimpse of it. And so the idea is to enter that reality fully and start experiencing all the benefits of it. Um, and buy into that reality just as much as you're buying into the bullshit right now, because both are equally valid. All right. One second, let me check my notes. So when people say something is impossible or it's difficult and this and that, when you say that to yourself, you just mean it's impossible for you from the version of the person you are right now. Okay, everything is already here. Okay, everything is already here and now, and in every moment you can make a choice, like literally jumping timelines, jumping realities on purpose. So if the only thing is like you don't believe that it can happen, well, then that's the thing that you need to start changing and understand that yes, it's different rooms of realities, and the only thing that you need is to buy into that reality already being real, and it might as well happen right now, start happening right now. You could just enter that room and be like, yeah, this is possible. So if nothing is blocking you on the inside, no conversation opposing it is happening in your mind, it will start happening like this. That's it. So this is why your antenna, your receptor, okay, because you know how you're experiencing reality, right? I'm assuming you guys are savvy and very intelligent. Your antenna cannot catch any other reality and experience any other reality because you've been programmed by some bullshit. But once you start changing the beliefs, literally what happens is the images start shifting. And you don't, like I said, you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to do anything. You can just stay in bed if you wanted to. It's an extreme example, but just an example. It is. So just shifting your energy, shifting your reality will change the imagery around you, will change everything around you with little to no effort. Ketvi says, I am feeling it too. Nope, no news watching here. Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, I meant, because somebody asked me about the tea. So this is what it looks like. I don't sell these teas, by the way, but I just wanted to share. Harney and Sons. This is one of the teas. And you know what's so funny? Today, I gotta get more, by the way. What's so funny is that those who know me on my channel know that I like black currant tea. And this is so fun. I didn't read this before, like, coming on here. Until I came on here. Black tea, vanilla flavor, black currant flavor. I'm like, no wonder I like this tea. Natural bergamot oil and caramel flour. Yeah, caramel flour. Flavor. Flavor. Divine. Divine doesn't even begin to describe this. So it's called Paris. Yeah, I'm giving you the tea today, Katri says. You're giving us the tea today. Yeah, literally the tea. I just wanted to I think this guy watches, guy or girl, I'm not sure. I think it's a guy. His screen name says fuckist, and he's like, I'm so lost with your teas. Can't catch up, and I just wanted to give it to him. I think he's British. I'm pretty sure he is. One of my diehard fans. I think he is. Damini, oh my goodness. Damini Kalita. Hello, ma'am. Hello. What my future husband does, question mark. What situation is he now? Let me pull out my crystal ball. Sorry, darling. What are you talking about? I have no idea. Why don't you tell me? I think you think that I'm like a fortune teller or something. I'm not. You are funny. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Hold on. By the way, Ketvi says, we are thinking the same because I have the exact tin of blackcurrant tea. Oh, really? That looks like this? Harley and Sons is tasty. Yeah, it's one of the best. The very, very best one is Le Palais du Thé. It's French. And it's kind of like loose teas. Oh my God, it's divine. Divine, divine, divine. It's just the best tea ever. But it's like loose and you need to put it in a, I like the, the, how you say, the tea bags, So it's a little bit more efficient because I drink like a ton of tea throughout the day. Oh, okay. Arturo Armendaris. That's a Greek name, I think. Hello, how do you handle people that get upset about your happiness or success? Oh, where do I start? Oh my God. Are you on my channel? You should subscribe. You will learn a lot. How do I handle people that get upset about your happiness and success? The story of my life, starting with my mother. True story. How do I handle it now? Honestly and really seriously now, I think it's very sad. I think they, again, this whole conversation that I've been having today, everybody has enormous potential. Everybody has the golden Buddha within them. And when somebody gets upset or jealous at somebody else's gift or unique abilities and this and that, they don't realize, they neglect to realize that they have just as much stuff, but that's uniquely theirs, okay? That's uniquely theirs and nobody can take that away from you. So like I wish the copycat understood that. Like literally at the end of the day, like after all the legalities are done and over with, like I do wish her well. Like I really do. And I hope she understands that, that she doesn't have to do shit like that. It looks really bizarre and weird. And that she could do stuff on her own. And perhaps coaching is definitely not her calling. Perhaps she can get into therapy, obviously, because that's a really bizarre way of conducting herself and find the answers of what's bothering her. Okay. And notice how I don't discard her like this is the end, like no hope for you. Like maybe she's good at something else. But ultimately, I think the jealousy is the undertone, basically the belief underneath it is that somebody has something and I don't have it. Well, you have something that this person doesn't have. So we don't have to be in a competition of any kind because we're all unique people. Like we have a unique perspective on things, unique gifts and this and that. So I look at it with the idea of like, you're confused. That's how I deal with it. And it used to really upset me because people, like I said, story of my life since like age 6, okay? I just did, I'm just, if I put my mind to something, I'm really good at it, okay? Because I just work hard at everything I do, and people like don't like that shit. Some people, and it used to really upset me because I was like, why are you picking on me? But that's why, because they don't understand that they have the power also, okay? And they just need to work on themselves and discover that unique talent. And when you know that, you're not fucking copying anybody, you're not jealous of any fucking body. Okay, like as a for instance, okay, like when I talked about in my modeling career of 10 years, like I know I'm not the most like gorgeous person on the planet, but it never fucking stopped me, never bothered me that I wasn't like Cindy Crawford or whatever. Like, I'm very well aware of like not being the most beautiful person on planet Earth. Do I know that, my strengths and my talents and this and that? Yeah, absolutely. But that's enough for me, right? This is why I'm not jealous of anybody, because I know what I have, what I represent. And I never wanted to look like anybody else other than myself. Never wanted to be skinnier or this, that, or the other. Certain things that I wanted to improve upon in my, like self-discovery, certainly in the way that I handle relationships or the kinds of men rather that I attract. And I definitely worked on that like crazy. But it's appreciating what you have because you already have so much. You know what I mean? So the envy, that's so idiotic. It's lack of gratitude for what you have. Okay, if I was to kind of like put it bluntly. Cat V says, "Here's your crystal ball." Oh, thank you, darling. My tin is purple. Oh, really? Oh, you have the blackberry from Harney and Sons? Oh my God, I'm gonna tell my assistant to order it. First time I had blackcurrant tea was from someone, and they gave me a tin as a gift. Oh, okay, okay. Ketvi says she's offering retreats on her website. Oh yeah, I know. She's talking about the copycat. Maybe she'll find her own shit to use on the first retreat. Yeah. Like I said, listen, I really had a lot of faith in her. I said that in the last audio. I really had a lot of faith in her. Okay, because she's obviously determined to copy me this desperately. Like, just put that energy towards bettering yourself, and come out with some ideas out of that experience. I'm sorry. It's funny. Go Gorgeous says you look amazing. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I love that comment. Okay. Let me just check my notes really quick. Here's the other thing that I really wanted to say. I'm sure, like, a lot of my clients, right, when looking back on their childhood, etc., when you were really naive in the best sense of the word, and really kind of like carefree, really allowing yourself to dream, really allowing yourself to be exactly who you are, like that innocence, not naivete, but actually innocence is what I meant to say. If you can recapture that, you have it made. I made it a point. I don't know why. I think I'm going to start crying now. I don't even know why. I've made it a point to carry that through with me, like to really be as a child, regardless of like certain people acting like assholes towards me. Oh, shit. I don't even know why. I think it's, sometimes I cry when there's so much truth in it. I can't hold back. Not because I'm upset, but it's just so genuine and so pure. I've made a point to like have that untouched, like to be dedicated to my complete oneness with my child self, who believes, who has no limits, who is dedicated to her dreams, who is unstoppable, who has love for this world, and yes, love for people at the end of it all, regardless of what happens. And from this energy you can create fucking magic. and that what I wish for all of you. Oh my fucking lord. Lose it in the middle of life. Was doing so well. Oh God! Please make sure you understand. I'm not upset. I'm just feeling it so deeply, because it's so pure. Like the energy right now with me. Invest your time in being a child, and for that child, the universe is so unlimited, and carry that energy with you, even though some people don't understand what you're doing, this, that, and the other. There's lots of trauma, drama, panorama that has been thrown on you. But if you can go back to that childlike fantasy, imagination, tenacity, passion, da-da-do-ba-do, and hold that dear to your heart, oh my God, you will be unstoppable. You will be unstoppable, because once upon a time there was none of this drama. And if you can capture that energy again and just hold it there, you know, like a sacred space inside your heart where nothing can break that, you know, no matter who tells you what, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know how I managed to do this, to be honest with you. I just somehow did. Because there have been a lot of assholes in my life, to be honest, to be very honest and forthcoming. Go Gorgeous goes, don't cry, queen. Tell us the truth like always. Okay, no, I wasn't really, I just got so teary-eyed. Uh, and let me finish this thought. Make your child self proud. You know what I mean? Because as adults, we become really polluted by, again, drama, trauma, panorama, other people's bullshit, this and that. Give all that bullshit back. Keep yourself clean emotionally and energetically. And do this on a daily basis. And I teach people how to do this, how to do the energy work on themselves, how to really know your energy, etc., etc. You'd be very wise to come into my coaching, or at the very least, like sign up for the audios. And I discuss a lot of these things there. You owe it to the child self of yours to make your dreams come true, to make that child proud, and to really go back to that pure energy and keep it, not to be stagnant in the energy of all the shit that went on. You know what I mean? Lily. Hey, love. Can you say hi, Serene, please? Okay. I just did, I guess. Lily, you're so pretty. You don't deserve that. Oh, thank you. Well, you learn. You gotta rewatch the live. You learn things as you go. I don't think anybody deserves it. It's just the school. And so that's what really drives me in particular. And I've never really like verbalized it like this, but that's what I get inspired by, like that childlike innocence, childlike imagination, childlike being unobstructed with anything, you know. I always go back to that world in my life, in my imaginary and by imaginary, I do not mean like delusion in a negative connotation, like imaginary world that is here, you know, meaning all the components that are pleasing to me. And you can do the same exact thing in your world. Just, it's not so much that it's imaginary, actually. Let me correct myself. It's energetically here. This energy is here of this kind of like, again, innocence and purity and being unlimited, etc. And having all the answers. If you want an answer, just ask. If you want an outcome, just ask. Like having this direct relationship with your higher self, with the universe, and that the entire universe is entirely on your side. So when you know all this, when you literally download this shit like no tomorrow, you are really, really bold. You become really, really bold, really, really confident, really, really like, and some people, yeah, to some people, like a lot of people, not a lot actually. Why do I say always like a lot of people? To some people that may come across as you being an asshole, as you being a narcissist, as you being braggadocious, this and that. No, I'm just speaking from experience, how it really works, okay? How confident I am in my ability to create, how confident I am in this purity that gives me the ability to create whatever the fuck I want to create. And you can do the same. That's all. I don't think people that have called me a narcissist actually do understand what's a narcissist. A narcissist is not a person who is confident. Actually, a narcissist is a person who is very insecure, and just that's why they act in the ways that they do. If you really do your research correctly, that's how they mask their deep, profound insecurities, by acting out and doing weird shit. If you really are confident, you don't have the need to act like a weird person, steal from anybody, cheat on anybody, do bullshit shit. Anyway. All right, so if anybody else has any questions, I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say today. Go back to that premise of you being able to choose a different timeline, essentially. the recap is, be able to understand that it's available to you right here, right now. Yes, today, every passing minute, you have the choice of changing your life around. And yes, the 3D action is necessary because you do live in 3D. Okay, so yes, it's possible to affect your reality in a way where things happen automatically because of your mental commands and your energy work on yourself and on the world outside, so to speak. However, you need to demonstrate to the universe that you're serious about this change. And so if you're serious, there's certain things that you would fucking do. All right. So if you want to make $1 million, like I said, an example would be you would create a company, okay? And you would think about quitting your job, let's just say, and embarking on another kind of path. If you wanted to bring back your SP, you would start doing the work on yourself, understanding the pattern in your life, this, that, and the other. Action needs to be taken, okay? Minimal action, not like action like you're carrying bricks around. No, not that kind of action. An inspired action, an action that is positioned to create energetic shifts in your life. Okay, so you don't have to do a lot, but what you're doing is really meaningful, if that makes any sense. It's really determined, it's really purposeful, it demonstrates your faith 100% in the fact that I already know what's going to happen. I know that I'm the golden Buddha. I know that I can create this shed overnight if I wanted to. And that confidence is what's going to literally shift you from one timeline to another, like in 1 minute you wanted to. I've done this so many different ways. That's Jake saying like, come on, mom. It's in it's in back to me. The coaching or about this and that, but essentially again, I would definitely do the audios. They're fantastic. And definitely at least an hour, okay, so I can address your situation in a phone call. And I can apply that if you decide to coach with me towards the monthly, of which I recommend 2 to 3 months. All right, thank you so much for showing up. This was really lovely, actually. And really good energy. Ketvi says, I registered an LLC. No paperwork yet, just made a name official. Love it. That's awesome. My inspired physical action, and the paper is my physical item you recommend. Sorry. And paper is my physical item you recommend to get. Yes, that's wonderful. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's what I mean. A representation of your new reality. It could be as small as this. It could literally be as small as this. It could just be whatever. It could be just like if you're shopping for a house, you could just buy some key that's not, some fucking key and be like, this is the representation that I'm buying a house, and it will come true. Things like that. Okay. Ketvi says, I have it on my desk in a frame. Yeah. Love it. Good job. That's awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, Latoya. Peace and blessings to you. She says, thank you to you too. And until next time, ciao, ciao.